Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shane Calhoun with Michael Baker International. The Texas Department of Transportation, Laredo District would like to welcome you to the pre-recorded August 17, 2021 virtual public meeting with in-person option for the I-35 US83 upgrades and UPRR overpass projects in Webb County, Texas. Given the unique circumstance of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting public health during this national emergency, TxDOT is providing the option of a virtual public meeting to avoid in-person contact. The presentation will cover the same information the Laredo District is sharing at the in-person public meeting. To access the project website, please go to www.txdot.gov and use the key search words I-35/US83 upgrades and UPRR overpass. Available for download are all materials presented in the public meeting, including project information, estimated timeline, process for submitting comments, and key contacts. You may also view and download traffic simulation videos that include existing and proposed peak conditions. The public involvement goals for the proposed project include providing public involvement opportunities for stakeholders, roadway users, and the general community to engage with the project team and share feedback, and to update those interested on the project process and timeline. The proposed project extends from approximately 2.7 miles north of Uniroyal Interchange to 1.2 miles north of US83 Interchange, and from 1 mile north of SH255 to the US83 I-35 Underpass in Webb County, Texas. The project length is about 8.9 miles. The projects are part of proposed improvements along the 24-mile I-35 corridor, which are intended to decrease traffic congestion by increasing the roadway capacity and improving the safety and efficiency of the major street and highway connections. There are several reasons why this work is needed. Laredo is the nexus of three major freight corridors that handle international trade with Mexico. Laredo handles the highest volume and value of trade of all inland ports of entry in the United States, and is ranked as the third busiest port of entry in the U.S. Nuevo Laredo is Mexico's busiest port of entry. International trade and the resultant commercial traffic that carries this trade is increasing approximately 6% each year. The I-35 corridor and its associated connecting intersections are experiencing ever-increasing congestion and safety issues. The purpose of these projects is to enhance safety and mobility and to relieve congestion on I-35 and US 83. Important considerations for the proposed project include enhancing safety and mobility, improving efficiency of major street and highway connections, minimizing right-of-way impacts, reducing delay, relieving congestion, improving traffic flow, and providing alternative local access. The I-35 and US 83 upgrades and UPRR overpass improvements include roadway capacity enhancements and traffic flow improvements. To address identified needs, the following proposed conceptual improvements would be implemented along the corridor. Widening I-35 to include 6 main lanes divided by a concrete traffic barrier and elevating these lanes over the UPRR. Converting the existing 2-way 2-lane frontage roads to 1-way 2-lane frontage roads and elevating over the UPRR before merging into the I-35 main lanes. Improving I-35 roadway geometry by relocating and redesigning the I-35 US 83 interchange. Elevating 2 1-lane direct connectors to connect southbound US 83 to southbound I-35 main lanes and northbound I-35 to northbound US 83. US 83 would be expanded into a 4-lane divided roadway from the I-35 US 83 interchange to approximately 0.2 miles south of the US 83 SH255 interchange, where it would then transition into a 4-lane undivided roadway. Approximately 0.5 miles north of the US 83 SH255 interchange, US 83 would transition back into a 2-lane roadway. The layouts which illustrate the proposed improvements presented in this public meeting are available for viewing and download at the TxDOT website www.txdot.gov. Just type I-35/US83 upgrades and UPRR overpass in the keyword search box. On I-35, the existing roadway is a 4-lane divided interstate facility consisting of 12-foot wide travel lanes, 4-foot wide inside shoulders, and 10-foot wide outside shoulders, that is divided by an approximately 36-foot wide grassy median. The I-35 main lanes pass under the railroad, which is located parallel to the highway. On the southern project limits of I-35, the UPRR is located on the east side and then transitions to the west side via a railroad overpass over the I-35 main lanes. Due to the width constraints imposed by this railroad underpass, the I-35 frontage roads are not continuous along the I-35 corridor. South of the UPRR underpass, the existing I-35 frontage roads terminate at the US 83 I-35 interchange, with on-off ramps extending north of the interchange to connect with the I-35 main lanes. North of the UPRR, the east side frontage road terminates approximately 0.1 miles north of the UPRR at a private ranch driveway, while the west side frontage road terminates approximately 0.6 miles north of the UPRR. All existing frontage roads, except for the on-off ramps extending north of the I-35 US 83 interchange, consist of 2-lane, 2-way frontage roads with 9-foot wide travel lanes and 1-foot wide shoulders. The current posted speed limit on I-35 is 75 miles an hour on the main lanes and 45 miles an hour on the frontage roads. The proposed project would upgrade the existing I-35 and US 83 roadways by adding additional travel lanes to both facilities. These roadways are anticipated to be constructed in phases, with interim sections eventually replaced by the ultimate design. The ultimate design for I-35 is as follows. The I-35 main lane would consist of 6 12-foot wide travel lanes, with 10-foot wide inside and outside shoulders, divided by a 3-foot tall concrete traffic barrier. This roadway would be elevated over UPRR, and the existing railroad underpass would be filled in and raised to match existing ground. Due to changes in the I-35 roadway alignment at the I-35 railroad overpass, the I-35 US 83 overpass and intersection would be relocated to the northwest of its current location. The I-35 frontage roads would be widened to include 2 12-foot wide travel lanes with 10-foot wide outside shoulders and 6-foot wide inside shoulders. At the Union Pacific Railroad overpass, the ultimate design consists of 8 12-foot wide travel lanes with 10-foot wide inside and outside shoulders, and a northbound frontage road with 2 12-foot wide travel lanes and a 10-foot wide outside shoulder and 6-foot wide inside shoulder. On US 83, the existing roadway consists of 2 12-foot wide travel lanes divided by a 4-foot wide striped median with 8-foot wide outside shoulders. At the intersections of Los Botines Road and at the San Juan Road, Webb Road intersections, this typical section widens to include a 14-foot wide left turn lane. At the I-35 US 83 interchange, US 83 merges into I-35 West Side Frontage Road. At the US 83 SH255 interchange, US 83 passes under SH255 with traffic stopping on the SH255 on and off ramps. The proposed US 83 typical section would consist of 4 12-foot wide travel lanes with 10-foot wide inside and outside shoulders divided by an 84-foot wide grassy median. As US 83 approaches the US 83 SH255 interchange, the proposed roadway would narrow down to 6 12-foot wide travel lanes, divided by a 4-foot wide striped median and 10-foot wide outside shoulders. The two inner travel lanes would function as left turn lanes at the US 83 SH255 interchange. North of the US 83 SH255 interchange, US 83 would transition back into two 12-foot wide travel lanes with a 4-foot wide striped median and 8-foot wide shoulders. The proposed improvements include an interim transition along this portion of US 83, which will be replaced by the ultimate design. This project is anticipated to be constructed in phases. Based on available funding, the first phase would include elevating the I-35 main lanes over the Union Pacific Railroad and realigning the I-35 US 83 interchange. Additional phases would be constructed when funds become available. The anticipated cost of the I-35 interim phase of this project is approximately $101 million, and the US 83 improvement project's $45 million. Construction for the I-35 interim phase is expected to let in 2025 and should take around 2 years to complete by 2027. The ultimate phase for I-35 is to be determined. Funding has not yet been secured for US 83, and the schedule is also to be determined at this time. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being or have been carried out by TxDOT pursuant to 23 U.S. Code 327 and a Memorandum of Understanding dated December 9, 2019, and executed by the Federal Highway Administration and TxDOT. Environmental studies are ongoing. A detailed environmental study will be conducted in the next phase of the proposed project. No impacts are anticipated for archaeological and historical resources, parks and Section 4F resources, or wetlands and water resources. Approximately 152.2 acres of additional right-of-way would need to be acquired along I-35 and US 83, and 2 residential and 1 business displacement are anticipated. TxDOT is committed to continuing our efforts to gain public feedback about this project. Now let's take a few minutes and explain the comment process, which is the most important part of this video. The Laredo District is asking the public to provide their comments in the following ways. You can email your comments to chris.kloss@txdot.gov. You can submit a comment form to project staff if attending the in-person meeting. You may call Chris Kloss at 956-712-7445 during regular business hours. You can download a comment form from www.txdot.gov and mail to the following address. While comments are always welcome, they must be received on or before Wednesday, September 1st, 2021, to be included in the official meeting documentation. The public may call project staff at 956-712-7445 during regular office hours or email project staff at any time in the project development process with additional questions or comments. Thank you for attending the I-35 US 83 upgrades and UPRR Overpass projects public meeting. Please remember to submit your comments by Wednesday, September 1st, 2021.